All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem B'Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops, a great millstone that rule while they teach well, while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. And I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, the prophets, the servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the Akwaf, which are the sisters that are sincere, and your children. Shalom. And in today's video, as you brothers and sisters can see, is going to be, just an update of what's happening around the world. And as of now, we have in New Jersey a wildfire spreading. And as you can tell from the title, it says New Jersey wildfire spreads over thousands of acres are burnt, man. So, I mean, the Lord is constantly bringing forth judgment, man. All of these things are judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And that's how we know that we're living in the time of this place, America, coming to an end. Because the Lord just keeps showing signs and signs and signs of him judging this place, America, man. And we know that these things are going to continue to get worse and worse, as time progresses. So before I get into this video, I'm going to get a precept real quick. So bear with me, But yeah, man, everywhere you look, there's something happening in the earth, man. If it's not one thing, it's the other, man. And these are all of the plagues by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, So I'm going to go to a precept right here. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6 in the KJV. And it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? And that's this word going out from the prophets, man, starting with the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and the men on down teaching the same doctrine. We're blowing the trumpet, warning you people, telling you of these evils and these bad times that the Lord is about to bring upon this earth, man. That's what we're doing. We're sounding the alarm. We're warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, to repent and to turn back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man, right? So I'm going to read it again from the top. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? That trumpet represents this word going out. And we can tell that from the behavior of the people in here in America, especially these 2/3 of the Lord's people, that they're not taking heed to the warnings. They're not still believing, man. They see the things that are happening around the earth, but yet they're still not convinced that the Lord is judging this place, So that's why we say this word is only for the elect, man, because only the elect are going to take heed to these warnings and these signs and going to turn back to the Lord, man, and repent and see the times in which it is we're living in. As the Lord have said in 2nd Esdras, I believe it's 15:1, he said, how measure thou the time diligently, roughly paraphrasing, so we can measure the time and see that we're in the times of troubles, man, and chaos and all types of other things that the Lord is about to bring upon this earth, man. Babylon the Great is falling, man. Slowly but surely, we know ultimately the nuclear destruction haven't hit this place yet, but we still know that this place is falling, man. Constantly, day in and day out, the Lord is bringing constant plagues upon this place, So this is Amos 3 and 6, and it said, shall there be evil in the city, right? And the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, have not done it. So that's furthermore proving to you that all of these things in which that happens in the earth are all orchestrated by the Lord, man. He's allowing these bad times and things of that nature to take place. And that word evil goes into bad times. So we're living in a time like never before, man, where you're going to constantly have evils and evils coming day in and day out, as the days grow and more days pass by, you're going to see more evils, man. And these all are judgments and Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is doing, man, And I'm going to go to this precept. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7, right? In the KJV, and it says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil, right? I, the Lord, do all these things, man. So this is the Lord judging this place, America. He's the one creating these wildfires. He's the one doing all of these things, man, that we see happening, man, So, yeah, I'm going to get into this video just for you brothers and sisters can see. But, yeah, this is what's taking place right now, man. A wildfire, So before I start this video, I want to say fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act. I'm not being paid for this video or anything of that nature. This is only for educational purposes only. So with that being said, fair use.
Now a developing story. Look at this in New Jersey where crews are battling a massive wildfire. The fire has forced some mandatory evacuations in Ocean Township, Lakewood, and Lacey Township. The fire started around 10 this morning. I believe, Lauren, this is a live picture we're looking at. I believe so, yes. We're looking at a live picture right now. And we can tell you that the New Jersey forest fires, we can tell you that Forest Fire Service says that they're working their best. At least 150 acres are burning, but so far the fire is 0% contained. Officials say the fire is threatening over a dozen structures. nervous. We're hoping the fire doesn't get too close to us.
It's horrible. There's no woodlands left. Not only that, but you would think with all the rain, we would have been all right, and it's still not enough.
I can't imagine it's going to come this way. There's not enough brush to come over this way, but anyone out slightly west of this way or southwest of this way is probably in big trouble.
Now, several roads in the area are closed because of smoke from the fire, including the northbound and southbound lanes of the Garden State Parkway between exits 63 to 80. I don't know. Can we get that live picture back up again? We may have lost it because that wasn't...
Right. So we see it, brothers and sisters, evils and only evils, man. This is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing upon this earth, man. So, I'm going to get another precept, just proving, man, that as the times goes by, evils and only evils are going to occur in this place, man. So I'm going to get another precept. This is going to be 2nd Esdras, chapter 14 and verse 16. And it says, for yet greater evils, right, meaning bad times, than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. And the Lord was talking to the prophet Esdras and telling him about the times now that we're in, how greater evils are going to come. And we're in those times now of greater evils, man. Right? This is verse 17. For look how much the world shall be wicked through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein, man. So these evils are going to continue to happen, man, because this is ultimately the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we know that, obviously, we haven't seen nothing yet, because as the Lord said in Matthew 24:8, that all these are the beginning of sorrows. So everything in which it is that we're seeing happening that we thinking is bad, the Lord said he's bringing things worse than this, man. So this is why it's important for us to try to get right with the Lord, man, as best as we can, man. Because, everywhere you look, man, it's just disaster after disaster, man. And the only way you're going to be able to survive these disastrous times, man, you're going to have the Lord as your shield, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord's will we be at that elect number, man, But yeah, these things are taking place, brothers. I'm going to let the video continue to play. This is basically just a little update, man, of what's taking place. It's a lot of things happening out there, man. We're getting closer and closer to the time of the Lord's return, man.
Was a chopper photo. Are we able to look at that live picture again? Okay, I guess not. Oh, there it is. Vanessa Murdoch is joining me now. Vanessa, you see these flames, and I would imagine any kind of weather, whether it's wind, would make them a whole lot worse, correct?
Yeah, the wind is what has driven this fire to grow beyond 1,200 acres, right? They were max gust 20.
And I'm going to get a precept real quick, because, the Lord talks about this in the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and 6. That's how we know that this is Yahweh Shem Yahushua visiting this place. That's why you continue to see all of these things happening like this around this world, man, especially in this place, America. But the world in itself, that's why we're seeing all of these things occur, because this is ultimately the Lord bringing his fury upon this place, man, applying this entire world and the inhabitants that dwell therein. Like I just read in 2nd Esdras 14 and 17, it said how the evil shall increase upon those that dwell therein. That means the people in this world, but especially in this place, America, Babylon the Great. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. And it said, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, right? We're seeing all of those happening, thunderstorms, all type of tornadoes, typhoons, all of these things are happening. And with earthquakes happening in diverse places, all of these different things are happening, man. And these are all of the signs in which the Lord have given us to let us know that we're living in that season of destruction, man, And it says, and great noise, with storm and tempest, right? And the flame of devouring fire, man. That's what you seeing happening. That's a flame of devouring fire, right? And that's what the Lord is bringing upon this place, man. Chaos, destruction, calamities, pandemonium, fear, distress, anguish, chaos, man. That's what's ensuing on this place, in this place, America, man. And as we go by, like I said, it's just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. Because as it says, the world shall be weaker through age. The world representing Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's rulership. As we get closer to this man's system falling, the more evils are going to occur in this earth, man. That's why we're going to need the hedge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to get us through these times, man. Right? As it says in Isaiah 33 and 6. In the KJV, and it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, right? And when it says knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, it's talking about the wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures. That's what's going to keep you stable in all of these bad times that are to come amongst us, right? Well, are to come upon us, I should say. And it says, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? Because ultimately in Psalms 34:7, it says how the angels of the Lord encamp around about those that fear him and deliver of them. So if we truly fear the Lord, Yahweh Ratazah, we be at that elect number, he's going to deliver us from all of these things. But this is just a heads up of, just the time in which it is we're living in, brothers and sisters, how all of the prophecies are fulfilling, man, that this place is going to continue to be hit with plagues. And all of these things go into the plagues that the Lord is bringing upon this place. It tells you that in Second Edges. Let me get that. Second Edges 15. All right. And I'm going to start at verse 5. And it said, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, man. And that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing upon this world, man, especially in this place, America. Plagues. And those plagues goes into all types of things that we see happening. It goes into famines, earthquakes, wildfires, all of these things, jobs closing down, businesses, all of these different things that are happening in this place, America, the tariffs, prices of food going up, all of these different things are the plagues that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is bringing upon this place, America, man, and the people that are inhabiting this place that are not of the elect, those that are wicked, those that are following after their own ways, continuing to be wicked when the men of the Lord is warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to turn back to the Lord. You hearing this word going out, but you ignoring it. So the Lord is going to allow a lot of more evils to increase upon you people in these times, man. Right? So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I had with today's video. Like I said, brothers and sisters, it was just a quick update of, things that are basically happening, man. So, to the next time, I'm going to say shalom.